Hello everyone, I'm going to get started tonight with the WZ-11114 here. Nice to see some of you guys are here already. Hopefully everyone has had a good day today. Right, not a bad map here. Which it looks like for the next patch coming out, basically by the end of summer, so more or less a month, maybe, you know, add a week on there more. We'll be getting information, I believe, in 2 days, so it should be Tuesday, and then officially all the changes in 9.20 on Wednesday. More or less with that, and you're gonna expect new graphics, ton of map changes, and a ton of rebalancing for a lot of high tiers, but also there'll be some mid-tier changes, but it's gonna be a doozy. But Wargaming's finally going ahead with the whole thing. Nothing's, you know, set in stone still, since it needs to be tested on the public test server, but it'll be pretty interesting. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for tipping Levi. He's been down here whining a little bit, I guess waning. But nice to see Uber, Gary, Victor, Dana, Randall, and Gunner. I'd say I was gonna hop on a little bit yesterday, but basically this weekend Ryan had a ton of basically her friends down to where she's in a wedding, and they had like a bachelorette weekend, and with that they're camping, but there was a shit ton of thunderstorms, so they relocated here. So that was pretty fun. But didn't exactly want to hop on the computer if, you know, there's people over here. Alright, that hurt a little bit more than I actually wanted to take. He shot me from all the way back there. Oh, usually people don't sit in that far spot, and yeah, he just got me again. That's my bad, kind of overlooking that he's probably gonna nab me one more time. Yeah, I kind of overlooked that spot, but props to that guy for camping in literally the furthest away spot. You know, it does work though if people push early on, and unfortunately for me, I did. It would help though, like as of right now, you know, they just basically pushed 8 through 0 as hard as they could, and not that we have high tiers over there, but it would be nice if, you know, the tanks on the other side of the map kind of reacted to something, anything. Probably gonna die by this light tank unless I can angle out of it, but doubtful. Oh, he has a decent amount of pen to where he can pen me. Hello, John. Right, but I'm excited to, you know, pop into tanks today. I just had a kind of rough start today at work. It all worked out in the end now, but got another Sunday behind me. Very nice if I could pop this little fellow, but there we go. We finally have a T-71 down there. It's just my team's making a little bit of a comeback, but that's all gonna hinge on us taking this guy out. And I missed. Taking him out and then not dying on this side, but missing that shot. I shouldn't have taken it. Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty big goof. And that's a pretty big bounce as well. Yeah. You know, they were... I won't talk too much about it, you know, it was their you know, is kind of their time. I more or less stayed out of it, except for like making sure the house is ready, and I helped them start a fire because my fire pit was basically filled with a wheelbarrow full of not junk, but alright guys, do you not see the E-54 flanking us here? Like, he literally disappeared. Thank you. Awesome. But they had a good time now. It's better than getting rained on in a, you know, a tent. So. Hello, Grinder. Captain Kangaroo. Hello, 23. It looks like, hopefully, I don't think it'll happen during the stream, but we're supposed to get some severe thunderstorms again, so hopefully that doesn't mess up any connections or anything here. Which tonight, I forgot to kind of add, I said right before the stream, I do have some requests already. More or less what I'm going to be doing tonight, just to switch things up for this one stream, is I'm still gonna take tank requests, so feel free to, you know, request tanks. But more or less, instead of doing, typically I shoot to do like 3 tank requests, and then I throw in like a grind of my own. I'm just gonna flip-flop it a little bit and do about 2 tanks, you know, 2 of my picks, and then throw in a tank request there. That way I can grind a little bit. Someone was very generous. Actually 2 people, and sent some gift shop packages, so I have enough to buy another tier 10. So time to plow through another grind here. But Spartan, Confederate, kind of regrouped from the beginning where I screwed up. Thankfully they didn't push and did the most amount of damage. This tank's very good at that, as long as you stay alive. Alright, so I'm gonna pop into, I guess pop into this little guy here, the 132A. Yes, I kind of do want that tank. Hello, bud. You want a treat? You gotta get up for it. I'm not gonna. Oh, he caught it. Kind of. He just dropped it, but he caught it. He usually is only really good at catching small stuff like that if it's like a tennis ball or something. Hello, Lobobo. Which since you got here late, Lobobo, you don't have to request grinds tonight. I'm gonna be pretty much doing two grinds, more or less. Like, I might throw an SPG because I'm trying to complete a mission, and then I'm gonna do a tank request, and so it'll be a little bit more grind heavy tonight. Did I cook dinner? No, I did not. They ended up baking some stuff, but yeah, by the time they got here, it was not like bedtime for me, but it sounds so childish, but more or less I had enough time to help them in the backyard with the fire, and not that they were completely fine with it on their own. I just gave them a little helping hand. And then I pretty much went into our bedroom and went to bed, more or less. I did help provide them a little bit of breakfast this morning. They ended up making it themselves since they were cooking at home here, but I helped them and, you know, gave them some bacon and sausage, French toast spatter, stuff like that. Tried to be as hands-off as possible, and not really, you know, not to say intrude since it's my house, but oh god, he got set on fire. I might request, or not request, regret staying for one more shot here, but yeah, especially because, yeah, this is gonna suck. Alright. Holy crap, he still has shots. And I'm dead. I shouldn't have stayed for that last shot, but I kind of thought that I had at least, say, a T-32 up here and the tortoise kept moving up. Nope, they just stayed back there, and our TDs never moved out of base. Awesome. I was gonna say I haven't eaten dinner yet, but I at the very least got a little bit of lunch today. Alright, so my first request here is the T-110E3. But then again, I have curried, basically like tikka masala curry chicken that I braised the other day. I have that waiting for me after the stream, so. Nice. You started the T-110E4 line, which tomorrow, if all things go as planned, you know, it will be a longer stream tomorrow. To where that's kind of why I'm doing a stream where I'm still taking tank requests here, so feel free to request them. But tomorrow I'll have plenty of time to, you know, take tank requests. I tried the other day to complete this T-55A SPG-15 mission. I actually bought the M40 43 to help complete it, because Tier 8 RDs, it's a little bit easier to complete that mission with Tier 8s, because when you're in a match with a lot of 9s and 10s, it's easier to get the experience. I'm up to about 5 matches in that SPG and 1 in the M50. Is it the M50? I forget. The Tier 9 American RD. The where I'm up to 5 in the M40 and 1 in the M50, 53, whatever it is. To where I've gotten top experience. So that's the big hurdle for that mission. However, the closest I've gotten is about 400 experience away from the 2500 stun. Other ones, teams just don't shoot what you stun or track anymore. It's kind of frustrating, but it's something. But it really sucks when I keep getting top experience and already, even by a pretty considerable amount, and you have like, oh god, I actually could hit him. I'm not gonna damage him, but I can at least track him. And yet I finished the match with like 200 stun damage, and it's not like I'm just shooting tanks to do damage. I'm actually going out of my way to shoot at tanks that my teammates are. Alright, dude, trying to help you here. You need to not die, which is, yeah, exactly what you're gonna do. Alright, they do have Artie, but my best bet is to get away from this building. I could round and try to follow him, but the likelihood of him basically going around the other side and flanking me is higher than I would like it to be. So I'm hoping by being here, Artie will... Yeah, he had no real choice, but he kind of forgot about me because I wasn't spotted. My Artie was going to be able to hit him anyway there. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have that tank. BKH. Hello Tig, nice to see you, and Daniel. Got a lot of tanks here that I can't really penetrate unless they stay side on to me. Closest thing I have to the ST1 is the IS-4. Keep turning that turret, VK. You'd think with the first shot he'd be like, maybe, you know, I shouldn't turn my turret to the T-110E3. Trying to get myself back into being able to help these guys. I think I'm going to be able to catch this VK here. Yes. You know, it was tough for him having to face 2 different opponents, but you're better off just falling back, making your teammates aware that you're falling back. This T95, thank you. Set him on fire, but he has a fire extinguisher. But my team, unfortunately... Alright, there we go. The other side, more or less, is pushing out into spots they shouldn't. Alright, the problem I have here is I could fall back to base, but I kind of need to be honest. It's just I can't push out here alone. If I push out alone, I'm just gonna get flanked. But I don't want to fall back to base here because they're pretty much going to be able to kill a Skoda, and they can push on the other guys while avoiding me if I sit here in the center. It's kind of a lose-lose situation, but it's better than pushing out, getting engaged with the T95 camping their base, and dying anyway. I should have taken that shot, but I was hoping that he would stay in that spot for a second. Thanks, I forgot to switch it off of the dog. It's not weird, I guess. Whenever someone tips Levi or gives him a toy, I swap it over to my other webcam. I just forget to swap it back sometimes. Thanks for letting me know, though. Alright, Skoda. Please, 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 don't push out there. Like, just let me tank the damage. And everything will be good. I can take on a caravan alone. So, thanks for helping, though. But you know, him pushing out here, he's gonna either get artied or sniped by something. I'm hopefully gonna be able to spot. There we go, Scorpion G. Very nice. Build the T-34. All they have to do is let me spot. I have full HP, and we'll be good. Holy crapola. 1395 pushed. Our Scorpion G is... yeah. Dude, help him. Honestly, even though the Skoda's low HP, they should be fine. It's just... yep, if I can get this arty out, that will be extremely helpful. There we go. But this Ferdy's, he's probably back there, but he might be up here. You got spotted, and yet you're still pushing. Here we go. But T95 should be able to get back to our base, or to their base, I should say. This Ferdinand, I should be able to pop here pretty easily, so that'll all work out. But this is why I like the T110E3. You just don't get flanked, don't get too screwed up by arty, and typically you have a pretty damn good match. I'm just going to use this little bunker here as cover, and I'm just going to pull back as far away as I can so my lower plate is kind of hidden. But the T95 shouldn't be able to get up here. Yeah. But I'll gladly get take an invader, Top Gun, what have you. I might push up and see if I can get a little bit more damage from him. But he actually took the longer route, it looks like. I'll gladly let him do that. No, my only chance. Hello, Marga. Nice to see you. But pretty good match in the T110E3. I actually aced it. That's not an easy thing to do. Thanks for requesting this. Yeah, I got an ace tanker, Top Gun, invader, high caliber. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Not that that's no small amount of base experience, but I'm surprised that's enough to ace a T110E3. Yeah. But anyway, pretty decent match. Not every day you see a invader, Top Gun, ace tanker match. Thanks again for requesting that. So with that, you know, during live streams here, I'm gonna add something to the the gift shop, essentially, the chatbot shop, where everybody, if somebody goes there and purchases the ace tanker biscuits, everyone in the chat gets 100 stream currency. But pretty decent match there. Thanks again for requesting it. Why don't I hop into an SPG since it's my pick again here. Very nice, Tig. I can add tier 5 onto the request list. Thank you, Scunch. Tips, you don't need to spam about playing a tier 5. I will try to get to it when I can. I added it to the request list. It will probably take a while. Today's stream, it's a little bit different than my usual ones, where basically I'm picking a few more tanks than requests than I usually do. However, I am gonna still take... Are you literally gonna sit in front of me, dude? I'm still gonna take tank requests and get to them. Essentially, I'm picking 2 tanks, playing them, putting a request in that you guys pick, and then kind of flip-flopping back and forth. Should be able to hit him. Granted, I was hoping for a little bit more than 7 damage. Hello, D-Pan. Nice to see you. Yes, yeah, you are correct there. The next tank is a tier 5. Thank you, Uber, for pointing that out. I hate shooting down there sometimes, but oh crap. Yeah, Scorpion G, I see you. I literally shot him with my first shot. However, helping a T-28 that is basically fending off a T-54 and a T-30 is a little bit high on my priority list here. Yeah. Hello, Poser and Flame. Like, I would have loved to take more shots into the south. However, this is a little bit more important, even though he just died. Yeah, at this point, I guess I can try to set up to get more shots into the south, but it's not going to help too much. It's just a few people pushed when they shouldn't have pushed. If you're outnumbered, outgunned, you try your best to fall back, but I'm definitely gonna die here. Yeah. Oh well. This is what happens when you get a shitty arty map, but which I will say, with basically how requests are going tonight, since I'm playing a few more grind tanks than usual, just looking at how many tank requests, not that I have a ton right now, basically tanks requested now will be either at the end of the stream played, or I might not be able to get to them, but I will keep typing them down in case I can blow through tanks here pretty quickly. But I'm gonna hop into a request here before getting back to doing 2 more grind matches. Hello, Yosef. Well, that route, or I'll plan on hopefully basically this midweek coming up here, I'll be able to release all these stream clips I have kind of stockpiled. Basically a ton of ace tanker matches I'll be able to get out to where I haven't been able to get to them for quite some time, but I'm looking to finally get through them. Because with 9.20 starting to get close to releasing, I'll be picking, I'm not even going to contend with going up here. I'm going to be picking back up doing some stuff on, WoTguru.com. I've been waiting to see what specifically is changing in 9.20 before I, do anything else on there, because it doesn't make sense for me to make a guide, article, what have you, and then 2 months later everything change about it and I have to go back through and fix it. So I've been waiting to see what happens with it. Well, yeah, basically that's World of Tanks. Live as long as you can and you'll get a lot of damage, but the getting the damage part, you still have to put yourself in a important spot. Like I hopefully am not gonna get hit here. Go. This thing's fast enough to where you don't want to go around that corner. I want to stay somewhat close enough here and just gently spot. Yeah. Especially hard when you're a tier 5 against 6s and 7s. AT2 I cannot pen. Ooh. Be kind of surprised I didn't even do a little bit of damage with HE. Oh lord, that is such a bad miss there. Alright, aim at somebody else, M4. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. I wasn't gonna shoot and take the chance shooting my teammate, so didn't really do anything this match. However, we're on our way for a win at least. Best tier 6 tank? There is no best tier 6 tank, I'll be honest. Questions like that, there's so many different tier 6s, there's so many different roles to where even, at any tier there is no best tank. if I had to pick a favorite tier 6 to play, like honestly, even off the top of my head, nothing's really jumping out at me. Tier 6s is kind of like meh to me. Like most people honestly would pick the Cromwell, but I'm not really a huge fan of the Cromwell. As I'm probably gonna get killed by one, but besides the point. Ah, really, Cheeto? AV2, I have no idea what he was doing. Ooh, this is gonna be close. There we go. Luckily that Cromwell did not look like he was all there. Lemmy winks. He called me a piece of shit. Like, what do you want me to do, dude? I was freaking, I was literally shooting here, or sitting here shooting at him. I wasn't hiding. Like, you're the one that pushed out in a KV2. Literally right in the open. Like, what do you want me to do, buddy? I potentially will die here by the Cheeto, but... racking up some damage here. This actually might be a top gun. Or not a top gun, a ace tanker. Not to jinx it or anything, but... I've done basically all my damage I've spotted, and I've done it against higher tiers. I'll touch on tier 6s after I make it back to the garage here. It's easier if I just pull them up in the garage. Which, hello Garnet and Andrew. Close again, Grigsby. First class. Got a stupid medal, but most amount of experience and damage somehow in the match. Wasn't really looking good in the beginning there, but again, stay alive, keep yourself around enemies, and not basically camp and be useless, and you'll get damage. Hell, throw as many rounds as you possibly can out. But yeah, pretty decent match. Thank you for requesting that. But getting to the question as far as, say, my favorite tier 6, or what I would consider the best tier 6. Let's just stick with tanks that I own. Some might think I'd pick the KV2, but as far as honestly, if I had to pick a tier 6 tank to play, let's see here. If it's just going off of performance, I would say I would do best in the M36 Jackson, the VK3001D, and if I had to just pick one other one, like I probably would go with the KV2, but that would be, you know, as far as say the top tier 6s, and then, you know, ever since they buffed this, honestly, this is now a very good tank, the T3485M. I was kind of surprised they put it on the Marathon, but ever since they buffed it, it is good. The only downside is it's a tier 6 medium, so when you get thrown into higher tier matches, you basically get crushed. But there's nothing you can do about that unless they rebalance all the tiers here. Alright, so next up for a grind, AMX 1390. Hello Leith, nice to see you. Levi finally passed out. He was yesterday, since Ryan was busy with all of her friends down, first time my grandparents actually watched him, and it was kind of I was kind of nervous as what to happen. They watched him for like 5 hours midday until I got home from work. They actually, you know, they had a good time, but my grandmother said, you know, everything was good. We played with him. He was fine and everything. Levi whines a lot. You guys seen him sometimes where he'll whine and like beg for stuff. Like he knows how to try to tug on your heartstrings, but she's like, oh, I just had to freaking yell at him, you know, point the finger at him, and he sticks his head down. He's like, sorry. She's like, I had to do that every like 30 minutes or so. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. That was a pretty good match. I'm still looking to get a top gun for you, though. I'm scouting, so I'll try to pop out this way. And nice. Yeah, the T-34-85 is not a bad tank. That's a pretty good mid-tier tank. See, the Sherman Jumbo, I used to like it a lot more when its armor was actually useful. Nowadays, its armor, even without people throwing premium rounds, the newer tanks in the game, their guns just shred its armor. Kind of hoping that nobody destroys me here and I get a couple shots into, say, like a side of a, I don't know, an IS-3 or something trying to push up here. Waning, oh god. Not awesome. Let's say there's no arty to where I'm gonna try to bluff my way here. Hello Graham, nice to see you. Watching Top Chef, why weren't you here then? I'm just kidding. Thanks Lobobo. Just because. Yeah, the T-150, I would say if this was like 2 years ago, that would be one of the better. It's just the armor is best, or definitely has taken a hit recently with the newer tanks and premium rounds. Alright, there's no arty guys to where we really kind of do need to push. Like, not push, but need to contest and flank and not try to fight them head on right here. Like, I would honestly push here, but I am not exactly certain that my team... Screw it, I'll try. Not exactly certain that my team's going to be able to back me up. He's got one more tank out of the picture. Ah, my nose is itchy. Thank you, the SAD for the... That kind of hurt, Panther, for the subscription. Yeah, my team, they're not really going to get anywhere here. And this is not exactly the best tank to fight on hills with. Ooh, that's actually interesting. Where this IS-3 is going. IS-2 is actually popping out. No, I was banking on me finishing him off, but 69 damage. I need it more. Alright. That's a interesting spot for an SU-152. I think he's gonna make a little bit of a mistake here eventually. But hopefully there's nobody else in the center to stop me here. I'm just banking on, now that the IS-3's dead, he moved the wrong way. Hello, Deadlock. Nice to see you. Holy crap, that guy did push up. I am kind of curious why I didn't hit him at all. Freaking gun elevation. Risk. Gigantic risk. Not only on a ledge, but I am also a little bit sticking out too far. Tiger P, I'm definitely still not here. You? Okay. No! I meant to go forward. Oh my god. I'm so glad I did not kill myself there, because I with my camera and I put myself to a different direction. I thought I was going the other way, and no, I was definitely going over the cliff. Whoops. Tempting to go after him, however, 49. Scorpion G, don't do it. That worked. He got another shot from another guy over there. You're on your own, Scorpion G, now. Okay. Go. It's gonna reload here. This is T20. I have no idea where he's at. But I do know this Borsig is... Oh, there's a T20. Like, I do know the Borsig is gonna pop out. Dead. Yeah, all he had to do was barely clip me, and by ramming him, he'd kill me. At least we should get a win here. Ended up doing about 2,500 damage, so that's not bad for a tier 8, or no, tier 9 light. But the only way we... The only way we lose this is if they allow the Borsig, which the Oni is driving basically... Yeah. If they allow the Borsig to basically reload in between killing them, which right now he's... at least he can't hit the Scorpion G, but he's about to pull out, shoot our Scorpion G, which the T20 got 2 really damn lucky shots on him. I usually don't watch the end of matches, but yeah. Honestly, if I was the Oni, I would... Hopefully he doesn't try to be the hero, the Scorpion G. Let the Oni come out and basically get him. After this, though, I'm going to pop into one more grind. Then I'll get to the 113 tank requests here. Should still be there. Yep. He's dead. Just fabulous. Hello, Key. Nice to see you, Kiyuk. But not the nitpick, but when the Oni was pushing, I probably would have popped out and pushed at that point, because if he didn't sit here and shoot you and kill you, he was sitting back looking at the Oni. But he's probably gonna... My money's on the Borsig, but do I sit and wait, watch the end? Yeah, my money's on the Borsig here, because the Scorpion's... If he pushes around the corner like this, the Scorpion's going to die. Because big... Nah. Don't do it. Oh, Lord. He missed! Go, go, go! You have like 2 more seconds. Oh, he was so lucky that frickin' Borsig shot and blew it. Hello, Electra. Nice to see you. Yeah. Lucky us. Basically, with the way the Scorpion was angled when he was pushing though, that's a better spot to where you don't want to push like that. You let them come into you. He would have died if he had went around a corner. Point it that way. But hey, pretty good match by all of us. You know, the top, what, 4 or 5 of us, so at least we pulled it out there. Alright, I won't play a Bat Chat back to back, so I'll pick something else I'm grinding. Let's pick the Leopard prototype here. And then the 113's up after this. I'm doing pretty well though, Key. My day kind of started out crappy, but it's been good after that, so. It's all good, Electra. Hey, I don't expect, you know, anybody to make it to every stream. And being in the hospital, you know, hopefully everything is well with you and your family. But, you know, that definitely takes precedent over watching a stream. Hello, Bartek. I can. More or less, with the way tonight's going, I'm doing two tank grinds, my choosing, and then I'm taking 1 tank request and going in that order. So I won't be able to get through as many grinds as usual. But I will, you know, basically write down every single request though, and get to as many as possible. Tomorrow's stream is going to be, unless something pops up from work, it's going to be a longer stream to where instead of 7 to 9, it'll probably be 7 to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I figure I'm going to do some extra grinds today, and tomorrow I'll be able to do a few more tank requests than usual. They already can hit me very easily here. So I'm trying to stay somewhat mobile. Well, I'm not grinding any arty, but you know, I do plan on hopping into it again. Just because I'm trying to complete the mission for the T-55A SPG-15. So more or less just be the M40-43. Since that's the best chance I have at completing that. Hello, Fix-It Man. Sprained foot? That's not too bad. Depending on, you know, you have a job that requires you to move around a lot and whatnot. I remember when I've dislocated my knee 4 times in my life. Basically 2 per leg. And broke basically one of the times, basically broke it and tore all 3 major ligaments, what, ACL, MCL, and some other one. I remember when I did that though, basically my position at work went from, you know, back then I was younger, so I mainly waitered, dishwashed, and like bellhop, stuff like that. They're like, yep, you're on parking lot duty now. Yes, Andre, which hello. Like, you know, guys, feel free to request tanks. I probably won't be able to get to them all, honestly, with how I'm doing tonight's stream, but I will take them all down and get to as many as possible. Hello, Craze Missile, nice to see you. Hello, Nade Nova. Thank you, Ferdy, for shooting. You're on my list, however, it's a little bit more crucial to get him out. It's going all to plan. There is still a... I don't always keep up on chat if it's a crucial moment sad, but I know what you mean. I'm pretty decent at multitasking now. So. Not to sound full of myself. I've said it a few times on the stream though that, you know, honestly, streaming and playing World of Tanks, it's a lot easier as far as doing two things at once with the chat and playing the game than it is, you know, cooking at a restaurant, being a sous chef, to where, you know, I have like 20 different things I'm cooking and I have to help plate the other, you know, side of the lines where they have another 20 things, and all the while like an order comes in and I have to like check an order real quick, sign for it, whatnot. Yeah. So I'm pretty decent on the multitasking, but I always glance over at the chat during matches, unless it's like a key moment to where I catch up after the match then. As far as requesting, it helps if you type exclamation point request, hit spacebar, type in whatever tank you'd like to see played. That way it shows up on my screen. If not, you know, I might miss it in the chat. Probably just gonna cap here, to be honest. The Meal 1, honestly, the Meal 1's turret is not as strong as you might think. It can be penned by tier 9 and 10s and tier 8 premium rounds. Would have been nice if my team capped here. You know, we kind of went pushing with low HP tanks into their tanks, and that did not exactly... Oh my god, why did I do that? He stopped. Thank you, though. That worked out well. He freaking tracked me with no damage. At this point, though... Yeah, I need to switch into killing mode. They'll be able to get back before I cap, to be honest. It's better if I put my gun into the ring now. Here we go. Okay, so we have T-29, ET-2, IS-3, Kronwagen. Like, I will say for these request guys with, you know, I only have an hour left. Even if I did just straight through just tank requests, it will be difficult for me to reach all these, so. But most amount of damage here. Fortunately, we didn't end up losing, because if we had just plopped 3 on the cap instead of just bum rushing them at low HP, would have been a lot faster as far as winning there. Switch this just so... Alright, so next up is the 113 here for a request. Hello, Paulo. Nice to see you from Croatia. And thank you, Necron. Yeah, essentially the Meal 1, like the Meal 2 and Kronwagen, have really damn strong turrets, as you know, but the Meal 1, its effective armor is, you know, it's good for a tier 8, doesn't have really very glaring weak spots. However, it's still not strong enough to where you can bounce higher tiers reliably. Like, it sits basically around its effective armor, if I remember. It gives you like a 50-50 chance almost to bounce a tier 9 standard round. Sometimes, depending on, you know, what angle it's at, but it's still not as strong as the 9 and 10, where pretty much don't even try to shoot the turrets on those unless you can hit the sides of it. But I thought about pushing hard here, but what do I want to do? I'm gonna get myself into trouble, but screw it, I'm going for it. I have a, not a knack, but a tendency, in my opinion, if you're on a weak flank like this, where I have 2, if not 3 people behind me that can support me, I try to bluff my way on certain maps to where, like this map, people have a tendency to know if they push on this side, if they're getting spotted this far up, you're going to get shot by people behind the person. So I'm going to try to just bluff my way a little bit here to where if they do have a lot of people over here, we should be alright. But our other side, we have most, if not all of our fighting force over there, and yet they are not pushing. Oh god, this is, yeah, I'm gonna definitely get shot by the +7. Did not want to get hit by the grill though. But yeah, our heavies that decided to push the town, or not push, but go over to the town, are camping. Awesome, guys. I bounced, but I thought my 140, he's still dead, thankfully. I thought my 140 was gonna get tracked there, and yeah. Please, what's his name, Toby? Pretty aggressive. There are little weak spots, but as far as the turret on the Meal 1 for the Kranwagen, they don't have like glaring, say, like hatches and stuff to hit. You know, it's pretty much just all sloped turret front, but the turret front on the Meal 1 isn't as strong as the tier 9 and 10 to where you can pen it. My rule of thumb is if I'm in a tier 9 or 10, shoot it in the turret, most likely you're going to pen it. If you're in a tier 8, load up a premium round to pen it, or get very lucky with a standard round. That already scares me, but I can't get a shot on him without exposing myself a wee bit more than I'd like. Honestly, the 215B though, it's just like I was kind of saying earlier about you keep yourself alive, and you're gonna get damage. However, you do need to put yourself in a good spot. Sitting back like the FE 215B early on was in like B9 next to Artie. That's not a useful spot. He now moved up to where, you know, you're actually able to shoot things. It's a little bit better, but missed a shot there. Now I have an M48 who, don't do that, dude. They're just gonna change and focus on him instead. Awesome. Never mind. You can do that, M48. That worked out swimmingly. Thank you, Paulo, for the subscription. Alright. Now that I have a Strev up here with me, I'll push up. party. They still have one left though. Okay. Problem I have now, I'm gonna give it a whirl, is don't have that great of armor on my sides to where we don't have the best of spotting in the center. I'm just gonna take it a little slow. Just if I wait too long, our tanks on the other side of the map are definitely, yeah, definitely gonna die. At this point, I'm out of options where I can't push anymore. And yeah, we have a bat chat throwing heat, which is fantastic. I'm gonna switch over to heat. Where if I push up, already can still hit me. My best bet is hiding behind their fat ass already here. To where if he hits the GW that's destroyed in front of me first, it'll soak up all the splash and not do any damage to me. Just as this E5 found out, you don't push up like that. Unfortunately, their GW didn't miss. But yeah, I'm kind of in a, yeah. At this point, we lost way too many tanks for us to be able to do anything. Did the best I could, 2,800 damage, 1,100 assists, 2,000 blocks, but if your team goes on one flank and they don't push and they just all die, nothing you can do about it. You can only play the best that you can. It's a Clan War reward tank, Daniel. It's not to say it's bad, but it's not exactly the best tier 10. Which, since it's a quicker match, I'll hop into a Luke's here for another tank request before getting back to Brian's. Was that microaggression? I wasn't directing anything, no. I was just pointing out that sometimes, like, especially because I've played SPGs a little bit more recently now, the GW is so large to where I could hide behind him. Granted, he could have just aimed around me, which he did and hit me anyway. To where if his shell hit that GW, since it's a destroyed tank, the way it works in World of Tanks, if it hits a dead tank, it does 0 splash damage. Unlike, say, you hit a rock, it'll still splash that certain radius around it. If you hit a destroyed tank, actual players, not just like a set piece on the map, it will do 0 splash damage. So I was hoping that would work in my favor, but he was still able to hit me anyway. Favorite tank is the T110E3. Well, the GWE100 is a fat-ass tank, for more or less. Honestly, yeah. Are no light pushing into the center, which is excellent for me. Cracked him. Very nice. The Object 140 as well. How'd I forget to say that? Heard someone text me. Hopefully it's nothing work related. I'll have to grab that after this battle. No, that's not good. Oh, look, he's throwing APCR. How wonderful. Because you need APCR against the frickin' Lukes. my rounds won't make it much past this M5 if he comes my way, but Daffy, I'm not. Yeah, they don't actually make it that far. I just gotta wait a few seconds unless this T40 is gonna be ever so kind to push out to me. Going a different route. Go, there's a nice little Lee. Get him out, hopefully get back to my rock. Wait for me to be unspotted and I'll pop back up here. Let's say capping is a smart thing. You just need to clear their tanks first. Not their entire team. Fast enough. I guess I want to get this T-28 out. Let's just say that T-28 has a good gun, but he won't be able to stand up even against the VK pushing into him like that. I moved up a little bit too far. Oh well. I should have played low and get over that way. But decent match nonetheless. Hello Abdul, nice to see you. It's not very nice, David. You should be a little bit nicer. Different languages? It's in the settings, at least for PC. I believe the GW was offended, Uber. I actually believe with national voices for consoles, I think they're coming out with them soon. If not, they've already came out with them. They're actually, from what I read, this was on Rita Status Report, I believe. They are on consoles, the national voices, you have to pay for them for like a specific tank or nation or something like that. I think that's kind of retarded. And they're actually different than the PC ones, where they're, you know, it's not the same voices, which makes no sense to me. Well, yeah, going to the valley there was kind of dumb on their part. Alright, so I got the T49 here, and then I'll pop into one more grind, and then back to, so with a heavy, I'm going to do the IS-4, and I'm going to try to get to the rest of the quests, but I might not be able to get to every single one of them. Usually I like to push into the center, but from this side, and looking at the tanks my team has, it doesn't make too much sense for me to do that. That was a bad shot, or a bad position, I should say. I saw he was still out there, but I turned the wrong way. I'm not going to want to stay up here for the long run, but I've at least got to contest this for my team. I think you're going to want to run away. We are grossly outnumbered here, though. run away though. I'd say pushing the city is all fine and dandy, but it doesn't look like a lot of the mid-tiers over there want to push, so yeah, this is gonna be awesome, and awesomely bad, I should say. I'd go over and push the city, but literally at this point, they're just going one by one, and pushing the city doesn't really work because we do not have the center. So you just get torn apart by all their tanks in the center that, you know, we don't have really any presence over there, which, you know, is partially my fault for pulling back, but doesn't help that my shots are missing. But basically pushing up distance is basically my armor right now. And it's only gonna work for so long. Accuracy of light tanks after rebalancing definitely leaves some to be, or something to be desired. Thank you very much, Ghost, for the tip. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Why'd I have to get a, like, the couple other light tank matches I've played, I got actually decent maps, but once you get on a city map here, you know, our main push didn't go as planned, so that basically puts me in a position where I have to not play aggressive, which doesn't work out too well because you're almost entirely reliant upon your other flank actually winning, which not work out for me. More or less, they just nerfed. It's not really a nerf though, because they changed it before they actually came out. The light tanks still have pretty much the best view range of their tiers. It's just they changed it to where they actually need to equip optics to achieve that without just by default having it without equipment. Literally the only way I can get this is if these two guys screw up, pop out and let me kill them. Our city doesn't die. I really want to help you, dude, but I guess it's my only play. This defender, if he dies, we're all dead. Which at this point, pretty much we are all dead, but I was banking on all of our accuracy sucking over here and just making a small target for them to hit, but at this point, doesn't matter. And I just bounce off a comet, which he's using APCR still onto a T-49. Bravo, dude. Yes, Daniel. Which, hello, Matthew, nice to see you. As far as, like, if you tip, like, anything on YouTube, obviously, it's tied to your YouTube account, but, if you tip through Streamlabs, I can pick out who it is if you change your name, more or less if you've tipped before. If you haven't and you use some like funky name, it's a little hard for me to pick it out. But for a lot of you guys that have, you know, you've tipped me quite a few times, it's all tied to like the same email address, or more or less the email, but it's easy for me to kind of piece it together sometimes. Because I always go back through and credit everybody who tips through Streamlabs at the end of each stream, the stream currency. So hello Jack, nice to see you. Honestly, light tanks, mid tiers, you know, they're decently balanced. The main thing you garner from a light tank currently is on the move camouflage, and also compared to mediums, more or less lights, their on the move accuracy, because most of them can equip a vertical stabilizer now, is a little bit better than same tier mediums. Not everyone, but across the board, that's kind of the light tank trait. However, it doesn't really come into play until once you reach tier 9 and 10 lights. That's where the penetration and damage boost gets basically tremendous over, you know, when you're playing 5, 6, 7, 8 for a light. But more or less, you're playing a light tank for the vision, which honestly use optics on every one of them. Don't go for binocs. That's my personal opinion, but basically the way lights are balanced currently is they have pretty good on the move accuracy. DPM's a little bit lower than mediums, but your camouflage on the move's great. So if you buff your vision to the, you know, best of your ability, while also, you know, using your good mobility, you're pretty much a damn good mobile, you know, spotting tank. However, you kind of lose that ability if you're just like sitting in a bush. But certain maps, sitting in a bush, even if you have optics, you're still able to spot well enough, not having binocs. But are you kidding me, team? Push. I literally would have been all the way up onto the Chrysler K at this point if they had actually pushed. And they literally just stayed there. Like, thank you. Does he have heat? I've actually fought Sergio a couple times today. Fortunately, I had a heat shell there, but like literally, they're at our base already. This is not going to go well. This is just depressing. There's no other words for it. And yeah, I hit his frickin' beak again. Say where I'm shooting him, I should be able to pin him. There we go. I was about to say, I fought Sergio a couple times and he's using HE after he bounced the first time. I was trying to be polite and not say that the guy is bad, but alright. Hopefully they're able to reset, but very much like to get this P95 out for my team. And I hit him on the frickin' strongest armor. Go figure. I was trying to splash him on the roof. Still putting faith that they're able to. I'm banking on this E100 not destroying me. Just like, I have to go back to base now, but I think it's a little too late, unfortunately. I wane it a little bit too long. But, oh well, shit happens. For tank requests, guys, unfortunately tank requests are full for tonight. sorry, I cannot take any more tank requests. I have 40 minutes left, but I have a ton of tanks still to do, and more or less tonight I'm taking I took tank requests earlier. However, I am grinding more tanks than I typically do tonight, because I have enough credits to purchase a tank at this point, so I'm trying to get through some grinds. But I'm gonna pop into a grind here, and next up for requests is the VK4502B and the Tier 9 Bat Chat. Hello, Nice Cuppa. Which thank you, Greg WoT, for the subscription. Oh, thank you for the challenge, John. I will get to that next up here. Alright, so John purchased a challenge in the chatbot shop, so my next match I will be playing the E100, and if I don't do 2.5 times the HP total and damage, blocked, and assist combined, he wins back double the purchase price of it. Honestly, the Tiger P, what it really needs is the angled cheeks on the hull that connect the front plate to the side are weaker than the actual frontal armor, even though they're angled. Those need to be buffed, and the tank would be much better. More or less, when you come across it, you just shoot the frickin' little angled sections in the front, and you pen it. Like when I played it years ago, I really liked it, but that was before premium rounds, before tanks had more accuracy and more or less better penetration, better firepower, to where it played like a fat, heavy medium, because the mobility was decent on it, because the game was slower back then. But nowadays it's, it hasn't really been buffed all that much outside of excuse me, outside of a little bit of a mantlet and turret front armor. Yeah, I almost fell off there. But yeah, sorry for anyone just popping in. I can't take any other tank requests tonight. Which, hello, Phil. It's nice to see you, Harley. I really like using this spot. Let's see, Abdul. Have a very nice day. Thanks for stopping by. My AMX CDC is gonna bow out there. Back to fighting the tanks that are near me. Away very slowly. Now there's a Type 61. Fantastic. Fortunately, he tracked me, that little bugger. Yeah, I'm screwed now. He's got a really good gun, the Type 61, but unfortunately, I still did 3,000 damage, but unfortunately, I didn't expect them to pop up just as I turned, but sitting out here, all three of these guys literally didn't push up to shoot these people, didn't push out to shoot him. Yeah, but oh well. I should have just honestly sat there and winged it, but didn't want to do that because, yeah, the enemy was going to push in and I'd be shot from two sides anyway. But let's get into the VK4502B, or no, E100's up first. So since this is a challenge, I have to do 2.5 times the HP total in damage, assist damage, and block damage. So that comes out to be 6,750. As far as a friend request though, you know, just feel free to send me a friend request. Not to sound rude, I don't want to, you know, search your name. It's just, even though it's a little bit of time, it, you know, I try to cram in as many matches when I can here while streaming. I have never heard anybody call it a T-34, or yeah, T-34-1 the best tier 7 medium. This map, but no, I'm gonna head out here. Just I thought about going to that side, but there's just a few too many people on that side. The main reason I wanted to go to that side is I would have an easier time pushing it. Which, especially for a challenge, I kind of have to do to reach the total that I need to reach. But more or less 4 TDs that I really don't want to face off against because they can all pen me and do a lot of damage. More likely than not, they're going to set up right about here. So I was trying to avoid that. E100, the armor's it's good, but at the same time, it's not as good as you would like, especially on the turret front. I would rather do the, or if you're asking what's better, the Tiger 1 or P, the Tiger 1 would be better. If you're asking me to play one of them, unfortunately tonight, I've already stated, I can't take any more tank requests. Alright, the T-95 is on that, and fortunately, we have people basically throwing themselves at the enemy. That always works out. Alright, there are Yag Tigers over there too. Unfortunately, I have the FV-405 over here, who with AP can do a number on my turret front, and with Hesh can pretty much damage me. Why are you aiming at G4? There has literally been nothing in G4 as of yet, and at this point, if you expect me to go scout G4, you are to be disappointed. Only because they're M41, their only light is, or was in the northeast corner. So, doesn't make sense for me to yes, we did watch the first episode of Game of Thrones. Honestly, John, you're probably gonna win this. Yeah, I don't have the Tiger P. I sold it years ago, back when I didn't keep tanks that I finished the grinds on. I just haven't gotten around to repurchasing it. Come on, BK. You know you want to push up here. Yep. Just like I thought. Hesh. Actually gonna get flanked. Like, flanked a lot here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a extremely difficult time reaching. He's gonna get a cheapy shot on me. Our other flank one though, yay. Yeah, a gold FV215B is not to say impossible to bounce, but it's extremely unlikely to bounce it. Thank you for tipping Levi, Gary. Oh, you want me to go, like, just freaking shoot the FV215B, dude? Like... Like, they're asking for spots, but you have to spot intelligently. You can't just freaking roll out full steam ahead. With the FV out there, a little bit more wiggle room, but just I can't push out too far here, because basically if I go one direction, they're gonna go the other direction. But the VK is now far enough out to where I can definitely hit him. Hey, I need more HP, guys. I'm kind of lost on chat right now, so. Oh. Bean TVP, thank you for killing it. Yeah, at this point, I'm definitely not gonna. There's not even enough HP, I think, at this point for me to reach whatever 6,000 total there was. Huh, I actually destroyed his track. I'm dead. Yep, I screwed up, but honestly, FV215Bs, for as much as a few of you guys don't like the tank, and at times I get annoyed by it, people that throw pure APCR out of it are basically, not to call them stat padding, I usually don't get annoyed at people stat padding assholes, but more or less that tank with APCR, it's basically like taking a Strev 103B without all the downsides of it and, you know, putting it on the FV215B platform, because it's got no RNG with the accuracy, shell travels really fast, you can penetrate anything, and it's got a crap ton of DPM. But congratulations for winning, John. But well, I had to get to 6,700 between all three. There is no way I was gonna actually get to. There's no way I was gonna get to that. But hopefully they win. Alright, so I'm gonna pop into another grind here right after I tip the dog. Hi, little dog. Yeah, I was kind of close, but it wasn't super close. But it was still a pretty good match. Alright, so let me hop into a grind here, and then I'll get to the VK4502B. Well, yeah, the reason, basically, the way that you're tallied as far as watch time, Levi biscuits and stuff, is if you type once per, you'll see my little Levi post it in the the chat every once in a while. You have to type once per basically 60 minutes, so at the minimum twice per stream, because most streams are 2 hours, in the chat for it to actually count for you to view. So if you're watching it on a TV, pull up your phone, you know, just type something that way. Thank you, Andrew, for tipping Levi. I'll get to that after this battle. Which, see you, Steve. Thank you very much for watching. I was about to say, if someone can just ban that very bad troll, you can feel free to do that. Thank you very much, John. Hey, little dog. No. He's licking his paws. Botting their whole team. I got some damage out of it. You know, the game's similar enough between Blitz and PC, you'd be able to pick it up pretty quickly. This arty that you'd have to kind of get used to. It's flip coin, not coin flip. I'm gonna get spotted anyway, so I took a shot there. Give it one more little stroll here. It might be one too many, but not that it, you know, there's no arty, so spotting isn't as useful, honestly. No arty. I don't want to get myself in that little spot a lot of people go to. Just because I'll get stuck there. Those guys lit up for my team. Alright. Keeping an eye on the south if that AMX M4 pushes. Honestly thinking about going up on the hill, but AMX is gonna push. Oops, sorry dude. Somehow I got here late, but somehow nobody in this spot actually shot them. Hello, Sasuke. Thanks for stopping by. Us. Yeah, crap. The STA-2 is bombing here. Fortunately, there's a building there. Thing's got really good armor. I was hoping to premium my way through it, but not exactly an easy thing to do against that tank. There we go. Yeah, granted I'm on it, so I'm part of it, but it's definitely not easy to where we saw where they're setting up. And we should have had a decent leg up on countering them, which basically, from the way they set up very similar to how we set up. Pretty much their spread. the light tanks didn't do their job. Yeah, you're such a wonderful person. We basically, both teams set up to where we're spread evenly across both flanks. They pushed the south before us and got down there. So our team basically needed to not screw up by pushing out to try to engage them, because they had tanks scattered across the entire map more or less, to where if you push out and get spotted, you're gonna die, which is what happened. We fell behind on tanks and no making it up after that without Artie. So instead, you know, we died in the base trying to push out to kill a couple of their guys who were baiting us, and then we pushed the hill, which basically, you know, it basically made a stalemate to where, not to say I like my team to camp, but we should have camped smartly to where we try to draw them out instead of basically drive right into their guns. And yeah, at this point though, I'm just gonna camp in the back. There's nothing else for me to do at this point in the match. We're definitely not gonna win. I'm not taking any more requests today, JC. I only have 20 minutes left, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to all the tank requests anyway. But I'm doing more grinds than requests just for tonight. It does work though. That did pop up on my screen. Shoot at something a little squishier here. Not that the accuracy is very good on this long range. Let's just take one more shot, hopefully. And I missed. And I'm seen. So I'm gonna die. Playstyle of a T-54? Pretty much like any medium, honestly. You have decent mobility, a good gun, but the alpha is not exactly great at tier 9. And the turret armor is really strong. So you play it aggressive, you don't fight too much on... which we drew on Erlingberg. Basically, you don't fight too much on hilly terrain because the gun depression isn't the best. But did the most amount of damage on my team. But I am extremely surprised that, because there was a lot of time left by the time I left that match, they drew without being able to cap, and there was 2 tanks against their... yeah. I have no idea how they tied that match, to be honest. But I was basically at 5,200 for that challenge there on A100. So I was still about 1,500 damage shy. Alright, so getting onto the VK 4502B here. There it is. Hello, Gabastar. Which probably missed you already, but thanks, Andre, for watching. Good luck on your exam. More or less the way challenges work is basically there's 3 different types of challenges, but if you request a tank with no armor, I only have to do 2 times. For the challenge that John just purchased, I only have to do 2 times the damage. If you request a tank with armor, I have to do 2.5 times the damage. But I added a new challenge in. Basically, it's labeled what the old one was named, the Ultimate Challenge, to where I get to pick the tank, and I have to do 3 times the HP damage, but I can pick any tank I want. T-43, I'm not the best person to ask about that. I honestly haven't played that tank in forever. Gabastar. I'm not even sure if I played it on my standard account. I went through that line so long ago. But yeah, sorry I got this map. I'm very sorry I got this map too. Especially for a tank like this, it pretty much rules me out from fighting down there. But the T-43, as far as what I know off the top of my head, it's not the best tank, mainly because it's a mid-tier medium, but once it's elite, it at least can hold its own, but you're going to struggle a lot against heavies, tank destroyers, higher tiers, to where it's one of those tanks where against its peers, technically it's not bad, it's, you know, basing off of the same tanks in its tier, but once you start putting it into a battle, it just, you know, it's kind of shit out of luck just based off of mid-tier mediums. Coin flip is basically, the command is exclamation point flip coin. You have to have the amount of Levi biscuits if you gamble, but it's on a 20-minute timeout window. You only can do it once per 20 minutes. Honestly, I've thought about before, you know, tying it to just opening up specific times and not having it always on, but yeah, you only can use it once per 20 minutes. If you accidentally type, say you type it and you don't have that many biscuits, that does count as a try and it will lock you out for 20 minutes again. Okay, thanks for using APCR. Should have frickin' known it. Because I stuck my turret out, thinking I could bounce him, but APCR from an E4, good luck bouncing that on frickin' anything. Kind of hoping that back into my shot, but this match is gonna go not too well here. A fire extinguisher. Ah, crap, I missed. Because we need to get this guy out before helpers get up here. You type exclamation point LB or exclamation point rank to figure that out, or if you pop over to the URL in the video description for the chat bot, you can basically hit login there and you can check your coin total, your view time, everything from there, which I'm fairly sure I did tip the dog again. I don't think I missed any of that. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone's tip. Remind me if I missed it, honestly. My brain's getting a little fuzzy here because it's, you know, it's basically I'm sleeping in the next 25 minutes or so here. Oh, really? I was banking on being able to frickin' punch through because it was only one, essentially, piece of destructible cover. Hope when that happens. Alright, help. Thank you. Should be able to get around him. Oh, thank you, my SPG. You are gonna get killed. Hopefully we win, but that was definitely my SPG that tracked me. Gotta love it. Granted, he was trying to help, but SPGs that do that, that's a huge no-no. If you're gonna splash your own teammate, especially in a critical situation like that, you just don't shoot. Just don't do it. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna hop into the bat chat, tier 9 bat chat. It's gonna be the last tank request I do tonight. And then after that I might be able to fit in one more grind here. But I won't be able to do any other remaining grinds. Thank you for tipping Levi again here. Buddy. Need to actually wake him up here. I'm gonna throw a no. Levi. I threw a pig at him first and he didn't wake up. Are you not gonna get your tip? I know. He splashed all of us there. You gotta love people like that. But no sleep. Unfortunately, you know, I have a very demanding job and I need to get up at 4, so I definitely need to get as much sleep as I possibly can, which only equates to about 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep usually for me, but no sleep for me is extremely ugly when you're working in a hot kitchen and basically a 10 or 11 hour shift. Honestly, his treats aren't that big, so we feed him twice a day. We split his meal up, and his treats, you know, they don't add too much to his diet. Oh god, lots of tanks. If I can get them to waste a shot there. Thank you. Get a spot now because I don't really have safe shots on anybody here except for possibly him. Okay. I'm a little bit too far out here for my liking. Screw it, I'm just gonna reload. I'd get the T20. Honestly, the cooking is the easy part of my job. Tomorrow, accepting about, I would say about $9,000 worth of food is a little bit more demanding for me while cooking. You know, I've got to do double duty, but Monday's big order day for us, and it's the only day my brother can take off, so I pretty much handle everything coming in. If it's not there by the time I'm done, I kind of have to hang around until nighttime is set up. That's just awesome. 900 damage from Oni. Really wish I was... Hey, stop. I'm dead, but I have to keep on Levi. He's basically... I mentioned it like 2 weeks ago at this point. He had like a little cut on his paw to where he just will not stop licking it, and I have to remind him, do not do that, dude. It is healing, but every time he licks it, it swells up. His mouth isn't, you know, even though I brush his teeth every day, it's still dirtier than... Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I ain't even hit you, I just tapped you. But, alright, so I'm gonna do one last grind here. Why don't I pop back into, I've done it a few times, but the WZ 111-14, and this will be probably my last match. But tomorrow's stream will be a little bit longer, unless, you know, something happens at work to where I need to pop in Tuesday. But I will be able to take more tank requests tomorrow. I'll be platooning for the first 2 hours of the stream. Anything over that, I'll be soloing after that. We usually get along most of the time. It is family to where, you know, fight every once in a while, have differences in opinions, but usually it's all good. I will do a raffle towards the end of this battle or after I die here, but this is definitely going to be my last one. Thank you for watching, guys, and thank you very much for those of you who tipped tonight as well. Yeah, I definitely need to get some sleep because this morning, probably for the first 2 hours, I honestly felt like I wasn't going to be able to make it through work. I felt really, really crappy, where basically like nauseous in the morning, where, you know, if you're working in a kitchen, say I got ill and vomited, done for the day. You can't work if you vomit, essentially. Which, yeah, some places might be a little bit more lax on that, but yeah, that's definitely a big no-no. But luckily, kind of mind over matter, and I forced myself to stop feeling nauseous. Or at least that's what I think I ended up doing. I just didn't want to... Basically, the guy who had off today, he was doing a lot of stuff with his son, so I didn't want to screw his day up. That's never a good thing. I screwed up here, but that was a stupid shot. But this GW is not going to get off from me. Where these guys need to either move to a different flank, or they need to push up here. Because sitting there is not helping anybody out. But we are not in a good position because they have more tanks up here, and they're already... Basically, Artie from the other side has a better shot on tanks here. This T-25 is not helping to where... Here's one thing for the Artie hitting me, but with the T-25 sitting there, he's going to continue to shoot this T-25 regardless of how much I tuck in here. Alright. Okay, this object's been hawking me here. Fortunately, we have a couple tanks that made it up here now. Alright. If I can... He's gonna pin me regardless. Go, that got him out at the cost of some of my HP. I knew he was going to come around if I turned. He's been playing pretty aggressive, but not to say he didn't think through his movements, but he was taking risks. Kind of like how I play sometimes, but he was taking risks where he wasn't accounting for the other people aiming at him. Now, Artie's my main threat right now. Here, they're not aiming at me. I just shot a dead tank. I knew that even before I frickin' clicked it, but I do that a lot. I would say the campers, Ryan and the girl she camped with ended up being at my house last night, but just because of a ton of thunderstorms. Alright, T-54, you're gonna be dead. Thank you for tipping Levi again. I'll tip him here at the end. Very nice. That makes things a little bit easier for me, but we're still not out of the woods because I am one-shottable and pushing into a Strev 103. I just hope I'm picking my route correctly. Yes. Yeah, going good so far, but this is my riskiest push right here. Looks like I'm fine now. Pretty much nice, Kappa. Oh, I've been playing since 2011, B. Well, more or less though, like last night, I helped them out, like, because I had helped them with a fire in the backyard. Because things were wet, and but then I pretty much stayed out of their way, and I went to bed with the dog. I didn't want to intrude on their bachelorette weekend, since otherwise, you know, it would pretty much just be all of them alone. Bounce this tier 7. Thank you, Necron. And it's one of those things, you know, I play very aggressively, but there is a reason behind it. I would explain it if I had more time here at the end, but I've found over the years that, you know, if you know maps, know your tank, it's better to be aggressive and to try to set your team up. For as much as you might not think there's teamwork, you're better off taking the initiative than other people. But 4,600 damage, 6 kills. Let me set up a quick little giveaway here. It'll last 3 minutes, and the winner will get, let's go at 350 Levi biscuits. You just have to type !raffle to enter it. But got a mastery badge first class, so actually on top of this, I will add into the chatbot shop. If anyone wants to purchase it, it's an almost an ace tanker biscuit, which actually I got a few of them tonight. Mastery badge first class, so there are 3 of them in there. So that's a little icing on the cake for everyone here at the end. Got a Top Gun award, high caliber, 4,600 damage, 6 kills. That's a pretty good match there to end the stream. But also tipping the dog here. Can't forget that. If I can actually get him. Here we go. It's over there. I don't feel like switching the camera, but thank you for buying all those, guys. But I gotta get back over to the giveaway. There we go. But tomorrow I will be streaming starting at 7 p.m. Like today. However, I will most likely be going past 9 p.m. Since it's a Monday, unless I have to pop into work the next day. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow goes well. Cause this Mondays are always hit or miss for me. Luckily today I got a lot of my stuff out of the way that I needed to order, but just in a restaurant, receiving food is always the hardest part, at least from my perspective, because especially when it's like 90 degrees out, you gotta check every single thing, because if you have a bad delivery driver, something might be thawed, or they might be trying to send you like say last week we ended up getting credited for it, but they freaking sent us potatoes that look like they left outside in the heat for like a week, to where they freaking smelled like a fermented potato. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we can't use this crap. But I know, buddy, you look so pathetic right now. But we got about 30 seconds here for the end of the raffle. Just thank you very much, guys. It was nice. It was a pretty nice stream tonight. I know last stream was I was a little off my game, but this kind of said it. I have a little dog. Honestly, I think he really wants to go to bed since he had a long day yesterday and early today. But congratulations, Dave, for winning. Oh, sorry, I touched your ear. But anyway, good night, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Anyone who's gonna be hopping onto the game, hopefully have some. There is no using these potatoes, trust me. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. Have a very nice night. See ya.